Man, we got Nicki Minaj risked it all to expose Jay-Z, man. Let's get it.
Nicki Minaj just went completely berserk on Jay-Z, and she's shocking the internet. Fresh off her appearance with Trump and a viral war with Don Lemon, Nicki is now calling out Jay-Z by name after those recent Epstein files started circulating. What she just claimed is completely unexpected, not because of the allegations themselves, but because Nicki is actually willing to say it out loud. After decades in the industry alongside these people, the question is, why is she breaking the code now? And more importantly, is these comments against Jay-Z connected to the new Epstein files? For the last few days, Nicki Minaj has been trending for all sorts of reasons. First, she showed up to a Turning Point USA event where she was seen on stage hanging out with Erica Kirk. This seemed to be the pre-game for the next move, which was appearing next to the President of the United States himself. Just a few days back, Nicki showed up to show support for Trump and speak to the MAGA fanbase. This ended up sparking massive backlash online as her fans saw this as a sellout moment. But right as the tension was building and people were really starting to turn on Nicki, she took it there.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is
And accused Jay-Z of doing some of the most heinous things imaginable. Now obviously, if you follow this channel, you know that for years, I have been exposing the music industry's deeply dark hidden side, revealing the darkness that lies at the root of the industry. I say that because I believe everything Nicki said about Jay-Z is true. But I have some issues with Nicki saying this, and I will get more into that later. First, let's get into the tweets themselves and break down exactly what Nicki is talking about and why I believe she's actually correct about the things she's saying. In the recent tweets Nicki aimed at Jay-Z, she accused him of not only being into them young, but being a part of the secret societies that control the industry. She went as far as to accuse Jay-Z of allegedly participating in ritual sacrifices. Let's start with the tweet she made about Jay-Z and him being interested in young girls, which is what likely got him on the list in the first place. Nicki Minaj retweeted this tweet with the caption "True or False." She was referring to the allegations the person was making on the tweet about Jay-Z. The tweet read, "Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her virginity. He was 23. Jay-Z was going out with Aaliyah when she was 15.
Damn, Nicki Minaj is going there with not one fucks given. Damn.
16 or 17, and he was 26, 27, or 28. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16 and started dating her when she was 18 or 19, and he was 30. Jay-Z signed...
Hey, this is all facts though. Like, you can simply just Google that, like Jay-Z, Foxy Brown, Jay-Z, Aaliyah, Jay-Z, Beyonce. He all damn near met them when they was like 16, 17. And people don't really talk about it for the simple fact, I feel like back then, I don't know, but nowadays people getting, like, you feel me, cooked for, you know what I'm saying? Back then, I feel like it wasn't as, damn. Fuck. Y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
And Rihanna at 16, and she said in an interview that she was flown to meet Jay-Z, who wouldn't let her leave until she signed the contract and locked her in the office until 3 a.m. After Nicki retweeted this, she went on to make another tweet going even harder at Jay. She said, "Imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have his head on a platter. The guy was hugging on teens in broad daylight." She then tweeted out a photo of Jay-Z holding hands with a very young Aaliyah. Jay-Z was literally on top of her, and he was in his 20s at the time.
See, then it wasn't really, I don't know. I was still a kid, like, in the 90s and early 2000s, but like, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? But that PDF stuff is on a whole new level now. If anybody gets exposed for some PDF style, they getting immediately canceled. I feel like people wasn't getting canceled back then, really.
Aaliyah was 16 or 17. Now honestly, I wasn't expecting to see Nicki call this out. These are things I have been pointing out for years. At this point, it's pretty much well known that Jay-Z likes girls that are much, much younger than him. He literally married Beyonce after he started dating her when she was still a teen as well. In fact, I even interviewed Rihanna's former publicist, Jonathan Hay, who alleged that Jay-Z was hooking up with Rihanna when he first signed her at 16. At any moment, did you personally feel that they could have had something going on? Jay-Z and Rihanna?
Definitely.
You can say allegedly. Okay, allegedly, definitely.
Not allegedly.
Okay, definitely. On top of this, everyone in the industry knows the story about Foxy Brown. Nick Cannon literally grilled Dame Dash for Jay-Z allegedly dating Foxy when she was 15 or 16.
Was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
But that's.
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I'm
just asking a question.
I'm not insinuating. I just had a question.
I
thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
When you say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed, why did you say that just?
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Now think about it. Jay-Z was accused of doing stuff with the third.
Right. Ain't nobody go just, come out and just say some random shit like that, especially Nick Cannon. Like, he a little goofball, but like, he's in the industry. It's like, why would he lie?
13-year-old a few years back. Now in the Epstein files, he is being called an urban gatekeeper who was put in place to keep the urban community under control. He was literally being accused of being in a room where a victim suffered. Now, if you thought this was bad already, wait until you hear what Nicki said about Jay-Z and the satanic industry rituals. In this recent Twitter rant, Nicki claimed that Jay-Z is participating in sacrifice rituals, literally accusing him of making offerings to evil gods. She said in the tweet, "Are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story times, since I was trying to not say what I know." Yet they continue to attempt to bullying. She then followed up this tweet by saying, "Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and harm them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. You see, when you're..."
That's crazy. So the fact that Nicki Minaj is actually speaking on this, Nicki Minaj has been in the industry for a while, so I'm sure she has seen some shit. So, you feel me? We got like an industry female saying all this stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? So she knows something. You know what I'm saying?
Master is Satan. You must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. She then continued by taking aim at the ritual that was taking place at the Grammy Awards that night. She said, "As they do their rituals tonight, God Almighty would reveal himself to them. The rituals will backfire on them. God will not be mocked. Blessed is the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Every tongue that rises up against me in judgment shall be condemned and put to shame. Watch." In these tweets, Nicki was calling Jay-Z and other artists in the industry satanic. She claims that Jay-Z is a part of a satanic cult. Now, as crazy as this sounds, I have shown plenty of evidence over the years that suggests she isn't lying. See, Jay-Z has been incorporating plenty of occult imagery into his music for years. He literally branded himself with occult imagery, from his label name down to his signature hand sign. He also showed his ties to infamous occultist Aleister Crowley back in his Run This Town music video. Aleister Crowley is seen as the most famous Satanist, and Jay-Z praised him. In the behind-the-scenes interview for the Run This Town video, Jay-Z was seen wearing a hoodie with Aleister Crowley's main slogan, "Do what thou wilt." Right on Jay-Z's sweater, you can see the phrase. Aleister Crowley was known for performing all kinds of twisted rituals that sometimes even involved children. The fact that Jay-Z is willing to show a man like Crowley praise tells you everything you need to know. I don't think Nicki is lying when she made these claims about Jay. These are the same things I have been saying for years. Now the question you might have is, why is Nicki saying all of this right now? Well, according to her, it's because Roc Nation is trying to destroy her. She tweeted, "They sabotaged my documentary because I spoke about abuse that I suffered. They've been trying to stall all my projects in hopes I lose a bunch of money and beg them for help. The destruction that's about to come down on them."
And that's exactly what they did to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson owned the Beatles, and Sony wanted, the masters to the Beatles, and Michael Jackson was supposed to go on his last tour because Michael Jackson was kind of going broke, but Sony wanted to buy the Beatles because they wanted to buy the Beatles from Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So Michael Jackson was going broke, and they, you know what I'm saying, since Michael Jackson was going broke, they, you know, they thought he was gonna sell the Beatles, but Michael Jackson was like, fuck that. And Michael Jackson was like, fuck that. And you know, he was going on his last tour. I think it was supposed to make like damn near a lot of money. I think like 100 mil or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. But right before he went to his tour, he was unalived. So this kind of seemed like that same little, you know, that same little method.
Isn't funny. I told y'all to leave me alone. Now you'll understand why you should have just sat there and taken your meds. Now Nicki claims she's doing this because she's had enough and is now defending herself against Roc Nation. But is this really the reason she's saying all of this? To find the truth, we have to examine the timing of all of this. If you saw my last video that I posted yesterday regarding the recent Epstein files released, then you would know I pointed to Jay-Z being one of the scapegoats used to feed the people about the Epstein files. It's not a coincidence that Jay-Z's name were in the Epstein files, and now Nicki is calling him a satanic PDF file. Obviously, this all connects back to her connection to Donald Trump. Now, those of you who watch my channel know how I feel about politics and about the left and the right. I think they're all puppets and it doesn't matter which side you play on. I don't think it's random that Nicki is calling Jay-Z a satanic PDF file after the Epstein files said the exact same thing. I also don't think it's random that Nicki is supporting Trump either, another man who was accused of some very dark things in these recent Epstein files. I'm actually working on a Patreon diving into those allegations that would be dropping in the next few days. If you're one of my members, you can expect that soon. Nicki is being used to further push the narrative that the Epstein files painted, in order to keep all the attention on Jay-Z and off the big fish they were protecting. This is how they redirect the conversation to stay on the scapegoats. That's why they have Nicki Minaj saying this. While I believe Nicki is right about Jay-Z, that doesn't change the fact that Nicki herself is a sellout like all the rest. Unfortunately, Nicki is the wrong person to call out Jay-Z when she herself is guilty of the same things. Honestly, before she called out Jay, she should have called out Birdman and all the weird things he allegedly did to Lil Wayne when he was a kid. Remember, there was literally pictures of Birdman making out with Lil Wayne. Wayne also said that Birdman paid for a girl to take his virginity when he was a preteen, all while he sat there and watched it go down. If she's calling out satanic rappers, why doesn't she call out Lil Wayne or Drake, who used the same occult imagery as Jay-Z and all the other sellouts? Better yet, why doesn't she speak about herself? She has used the same imagery she's calling Jay-Z out for. Nicki has music videos like this one where she is literally in hell depicting herself as a demon. It's crazy that Nicki called out the occult rituals at the award shows, forgetting that she too did a ritual at an award show. Literally pretended to be demonically possessed while floating on stage. But that's not even the worst.
I mean, she knows, but she been in the industry for a while. You know, it's Nicki Minaj. Everybody knows Nicki Minaj. But like, you know what I'm saying? At least she calling this shit out, man.
Of it. It's crazy to see Nicki claiming Jay-Z likes them young, while her own brother is literally in prison for liking them young and doing very bad things to them.
And
also,
her
her husband is accused of some messed up things as well. Yet, she defends both her brother and her husband. Nicki calling out Jay-Z is great, but it doesn't erase the fact that she is a puppet too. She is literally showing us that right now. Obviously, this MAGA Nicki move was all planned out. The elite are doing what they always do, using their puppets to control the masses. By Nicki showing up next to Trump, she's showing us she's sold out too. She is just a puppet of the system. Right now, she is being used to push whatever narrative they need her to push. Once her job is done, she will get her prize like a good little puppet. Don't be surprised if Nicki's brother ends up receiving a pardon from Trump after this. The fact that Nicki is talking about don't vote left is a big tell. Both sides are exactly the same. They're both guilty as can be in my eyes. If Nicki is telling you to pick a side, she is being used by the system and being paid by the system. So yes, in my opinion, Nicki is right, but all the same things could be said about her. It's a nasty game being played right now. Don't fall for it. Make sure you keep yourself out of the trap. Well, I'm gonna end this one here. If you ain't for it,
it's a crazy situation here, man. Nicki Minaj is wild and she does not give not one fuck. She really speaking out on industry shit. Jay-Z. She really taking it there, man. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this situation, man. We out of here.